G'day Internet, CJ with you again. It's time for another unscripted, off-the-cuff ramble from my least flattering angle. Another bit of pillow talk. Because I don't know where this came from, honestly, but it's something that has been lurking around in my brain for ages, and I hear it all the time. And I didn't even hear it today, but anyway, I don't know where it's come from. Do we hone in on something, or do we home in on something? Okay, so let's talk about this. Now, I've always known this phrase as to home in on an objective, right? It comes from like the days of old school pigeon racing, right? Homing pigeons, right? The pigeon homes to where it was raised and where its nest is, right? The bird homes in. I don't know if there's any. This is all coming straight out of my brain with no prior research, but now let's talk about to hone in. See, here's my problem with that. You don't hone in on something, really. So, to hone is to grind the edge of a blade or a surface to a certain level of flatness or precision or sharpness, right? You hone a blade. You hone the cylinder bore of an engine. The practice is called honing, but you don't hone in a blade. You don't hone in an engine cylinder bore, as far as I'm aware. There's various other, anytime you're shaping a metal surface with an abrasive stone, you're honing it. But you don't hone in on it. You just, I suppose it could be said that you're honing in on a target specification, a target level of sharpness, a target, specification for the roundness of a cylinder bore or the flatness of a surface or something. But typically, in my, 4.5 decades on the planet, I've never heard of people talking about that as honing in a knife edge or honing in a cylinder bore. You hone a bore, you hone an edge. But when you're trying to seek something out, you home in on it, right? The way a missile homes in on its target, the way a pigeon homes in on its home nest, right? That's that home. You're going home. You're seeking a specific coordinate, a specific place. That's not what you're doing when you're honing something. You're just shaving metal off until you reach a desired state, right? I've never heard anyone who works with metal say, I'm honing in this knife edge to this specific sharpness. They just say, I'm honing it until it's sharp. I'm honing the cylinder bore until it's properly round and, properly finished. I'm honing this surface until it reaches an appropriate level of flatness. I'm not honing in on blah. So there you go. That's a thought.